good morning to you on this Valentine's Day edition of the show. And at this time, as always, we have Dr. Alex Apostle, who is the superintendent, of course, of the Shelton Schools. And Dr. Apostle, always good to see you.
Good morning, Spencer. It's great to be here on Valentine's Day.
Yes, that's right.
I'd like to wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day.
Well, thank you. Likewise, and what a beautiful morning. Huh?
It
nice
is. The sun's out, which is wonderful.
Absolutely. And then the rain's going to come back tomorrow for the weekend, but that's okay. Next week looks like it's mostly
we can't
dry.
Complain.
No, and I was saying earlier that a year ago, I was snowed in on Valentine's Day. I think Jeff was too. It was Snowmageddon last year at this time. This whole week.
Well, we've had, a little rain, more than usual, but overall, we're okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the levy went okay. Let's talk about that. Now, I know it hasn't been certified. We'll talk a little bit about that as well, and what happens in the coming days and weeks. But what can you tell us about how that went?
Well, let me tell you, I just appreciate everyone's support. I appreciate everyone voting. That's very important to vote. Of course, it has not been certified, and I hesitate to celebrate until it is certified, but we've been told that the numbers are pretty strong in terms of passing, but I want to wait until it's actually certified and we can go on. But this really is important to our school district, to our students, to our staff, as we continue to move forward. One of the things that I'm really excited about, if the final result is positive like it stands right now, is that we can really focus in on Trades Academy. That's something that we're very, very excited about. I know the community members that I've discussed this with, the city, of course, very, very excited about us pursuing this. And this would put us over the top as a school system, along with our other academies that are going to be implemented in the fall of 2020. But the Trades Academy would be very, very special. In fact, a few of us in the district on February 20th, maybe a few board members, will be going to Central Kitsap to take a look at something similar to what we want to do. But that's something we're excited about doing.
Absolutely. We have a lot of electricians in my wife's side of the family, and I'm so glad that the emphasis is on trades, and as it should be. I don't know how they ever became stigmatized, because they're good careers, good security, way more security than your average job outside of the trades. And I don't know why that ever got off the radar to begin with. Do you know how that happened?
Well, there's swings in terms of what happens in life, and that was one of them. I remember when I was in high school, the trades were very important and very popular.
Sure.
And then it started swinging over to just the academics and people going to college. But I can tell you, a great school system is doing both, and they're integrating both, and that's something we're going to do. Our CTE, Career Technical Education, and our Basic Education program, we're striving to make them one and the same. Because the same skills are needed regardless of what you decide to do when you graduate from high school. And doing all of this in this manner really fits in with our vision, which is making sure by 2022 that our students graduate from high school from a relevant and rigorous academic program, which includes the trades. So, again, we're looking forward to the future in the Shelton School District.
Absolutely. I think there was just kind of a stereotype that college was for everybody and one size fits all, and we're finding out that you could spend $100,000 in student loans, and it's not necessarily going to be the best thing for you. I'm not saying not to pursue school past high school, but it doesn't have to be your traditional college courses as we think of them, and there's a lot of kids that were not served well by the de-emphasis. I'm glad the emphasis is back on there. And now, going back to the levy vote, North Mason didn't fare as well. The other school districts, including Shelton, so far so good until the certification makes it official, of course. But in your opinion, over the years, what do you think you can attribute to that? Why, like many districts, would pass it over, not overwhelmingly, but every district except North Mason? Is it just every school district has its own particular issues, or is it the amount, the percentage of the levies? Why do you think they may have fared differently than the other school districts?
This is a tough environment. I'll give you an example. Across the state, there were 21 bond issues, and only 5 passed.
Of the bonds, huh?
Right. And so it's a difficult environment. People are being taxed. And, there's a certain point where people they will probably want to be able to support the schools, but it's very difficult for them. And I understand and appreciate that. But, North Mason is a great school system, and I'm sure they're going to run that levy again, and I believe that they'll be very successful. But the North Mason School District, the North Mason community, great school district, and it just, certain things did happen. The one thing that I would like to say is that there may be feelings one way or another concerning bonds and levies, but quite frankly, that is basically an adult issue, and it's important that if we have differences that we sit down together as adults and talk about those differences, and hopefully not impact students, because that's what this is all about. It's all about kids doing the very best for them. I'm not saying that school districts are perfect, but we try very hard every single day. But without the resources, it's very, very difficult. So I just have all the respect for the North Mason School District and wish them well.
And it just in closing, again, this is further evidence why these close votes are these nail biters, where the voter turnout wasn't as high as we would have liked to have seen it. And this is why it's so important for everybody to get out there, right?
Yeah,
to give it more of a buffer than
no
not have
question.
it so close.
The right and the freedom to vote is, a lot of people died for that one.
Yeah.
And, being able to vote is a wonderful thing. And regardless of which way you vote, I think it's really important that you do vote. So the voter turnout was not real great across the state.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that improves. I think we really need to focus on getting people out to vote.
Absolutely. Anything else going on you want to talk about? Or get out there?
I'm very excited to certify this election and get on with the work that we're doing. And of course, that Trades Academy is a number one priority for our school district.
Always a pleasure to have you, Dr. Apostle.
Thank you
Thanks
very
a lot.
much, Spencer.
We appreciate it.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Likewise. Thank you. Thanks
you.
for the flowers. I appreciate it. Are those for Caleb? Okay, I'm sorry.